Recording in progress. Hare Krishna. So, we're almost ready, I think. Yeah. You changed your photos there. There were 3 bigger ones.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
You change sometimes.
I changed. I didn't like it that they are the same size as Gurudeva. So
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It was only there after the exhibition finished. I put them there because I like them, but on long term I didn't like the equal size.
Yeah. This sound reminds me of my older computers.
Yes. My son's gaming computer also has this noise.
Oh.
Like an airplane ready to take off.
Yeah.
But really, I can turn it off if it's annoying.
No, I think we'll get used to it. Okay, I think it's time. So welcome everyone to Saturday Sanga. Hare Krishna. After several weeks of absence for various reasons. So without further ado, let us begin. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitanscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Krpa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome to Saturday Sanga, September 17th, 2022. Speaking from Ottobrunn, near Munich. We're at the home of Ekhanti Devi Dasi. She's kindly hosting a whole big Sankirtan party. Now there are 3 of us here for a couple of days, and Ekhanti is hiding just nearby. Maybe she'll introduce herself sometime. Let's see. First, let's say thank you to Odarya Chandrika and to Dharmagupta for setting things up for us. Dharmagupta's making sure that everything's working. And then they're both gonna go rushing off to the airport to fly to Dubai. And but here we are, yes. And what else? Somebody made me the focus. I don't like to see myself so much. And Soumya Karani is here, translating into the very sweet Russian language. And Kavi Chandra, you're also translating? I think so, yeah, looks like you are. Into Polish. And yes, nice. Oh, yes, and Vraja Mohini is here. And now is when we can all offer 3 haribols to welcome Vraja Mohini into the party. She has just been initiated a few days ago. So you can unmute yourselves. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Haribo!
Hare Krishna.
Vraja Mohini ki jai. She's, I think she's also here in Munich somewhere.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Now I'm in Turkey. Now I'm in.
Oh, you're back in Turkey. Okay. Yeah. But now you're in Saturday Sangha, so it's the same space.
Hare Krishna.
We also want to offer our condolences to Anandamayi Devi Dasi for the departure of her mother just in the last, day? In the last few hours. I don't know if you want to say something about your mother, Anandamayi.
She just left at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, just this morning. So it's very, very soon. Okay. So you may not feel inclined to speak about her, but if you want to another time, that's okay. So
I can just say that she was a very good person, and she was helping me a lot.
Oh.
With my study. She offered some money. It always was very. She liked prasadam.
Oh.
She was very good.
So
person.
She must have a good future.
I hope so.
A bright future, yeah.
With your blessings.
With the good wishes and prayers of all the devotees. Okay. Do we have any birthdays today, or the last week, or the last how many weeks we missed? There must be some birthdays. There were some birthdays. Somebody, who was there? I'm not remembering now. Anyway, don't be shy. Okay, so what should we do now? Shall we sing Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song? I'm open for suggestions. I guess we can do that. So then, what we can do is go to, where are we now? Yes, we go here. Oh, no, that wasn't right. We go here. Yeah. To do like that, okay. Okay, then I can share the screen, shall we? Why not? Let's share the screen. Share the screen. Whoops. I'm not able to share the screen. Uh-oh. And now our host just...
You can try it now, Guru Maharaj.
Oh. Yes, now it works. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. All right. Okay. Does anyone know how many weeks ago it was we last met? That seems like at least 4 weeks. No, more than that. 6 weeks. I don't know. 4 weeks, 5 weeks, some weeks. At least 6, really. Whoops. How did I do that? What am I doing?
I will clean it, Guru Maharaj.
Oh, that's you?
No. Someone else is doing, I don't know, but I will disable this. Maybe someone is doing not aware that he's or she's doing.
Function. Okay. Okay, so we are continuing with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Kalyana Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree, the auspicious wish-fulfilling tree. Kalyana can mean auspicious. And Kalpataru. Ucchvasa, Prarthana, Lalasmayi, song number 8. So Prarthana can just mean prayer. Lalasmayi, longing, prayer of longing. And we may want to also say a prayer of anticipation. And this song is a shorter one with 5 verses. Krpa, Koro, Vaisnava, Thakura. He's addressing the Vaisnava Thakur. Sambandha jāniyā. Bhajite, bhajite, abhimāna, dūra. Abhimāna. He's translating... the translator, Dasharat Sutta, I believe, is translating as false ego. And the word dūra means far. So let this abhimāna, this thinking I'm special, let it go far away. And then bhajite, bhajite, this is repeating, I think is giving the idea of ongoing worship. So then if I get your mercy, Vaisnava Thakur, then sambandha jāniyā, so that would be in this gerund form, knowing or having come to know my relationship, sambandha. So once I know that I have a relationship with the Lord, then I can worship. And I can go on worship. And then I can get rid of this silly misconception of who I am. Abhimāna, dūra. Then, amito Vaisnava, buddhi hoile, amānī na hoibo amī. If I think I am a Vaisnava, amito Vaisnava, this little word to in Bengali is an emphasis word. It's like just so, something like that. I am, ami, I. In a way, it substitutes also for the verb to be. So, I am a Vaishnava. Yeah, I'm a Vaishnava. It's sort of like a little more assertive. Amito Vaishnava. Buddhi hoile. Okay, this hoile has the sense, it's the to be verb, but it's in the conditional, I guess you could say. So it's like if there would be this mentality. Here the word buddhi has the sense of attitude or mentality, general attitude. And is this. Buddhi hoile. Amānī na hoibo, and that apostrophe is replacing the e, so hoibo, amī. So if I think I'm a Vaishnava, then I will never become humble. Amānī na hoibo amī. So amī, I, and then hoibo is the future tense of to be, so will be, but it's na hoibo, I will not be. And what will I not be? I will not be amānī. So amānī would be from manin, someone who is thinking much of themselves. So we have Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishana Amānina Manadena. Amānina is not expecting mana, regard for oneself. Amānina Manadena, giving respect, giving regard to others. So this amānī, the opposite of mani is amānī. It's not going to happen. Na hoibo. It's not going to happen as long as I'm thinking amito Vaishnava. Now we may want to say, wait, I thought we're supposed to be Vaishnavas. Aren't we Vaishnavas? Well, yes. And then again, if you think I'm a Vaishnava, it could be the source of pride. Pratishdasha asi, hridoy dushive, hoibo niraya-gāmī. My heart will become contaminated, hridoy dushive, with the hope, ashiya, wait a second, sorry. Asha is the hope, and asiya is, I think, coming. Contaminated with the hope of receiving honors, pratishta, from others. And I will surely go to hell. hoibo niraya-gāmī. Gāmī is it's like mani and it's like yogi. So a person who does yoga is a yogi. A person who goes is a person who goes, gamana, is a gāmī. And niraya, I guess, is one word for hell. There's naraka, I don't know, niraya. I'm a goer to hell. I will become a goer to hell, literally. Yeah. Tomar Koro apane jānībo guru abhimāna tyaji. Give me the mercy that I can renounce the false conception of my being guru to be your servant. Let's see how that works. Okay, Tomar Kinkara. Kinkara, literally, Kim, question what, and Koro, do. So the servant's mood is to be always asking the master, what shall I do? And so he is a kinkara. He or she is a kinkara. A person who asks what to do. So I want to be your servant, Tomar Kinkara, apane jānībo. So jānībo, I will know. Apane, I think, is myself. Guru abhimāna tyaji, giving up the abhimāna, pride, but the attitude also, kind of like buddhi, of being guru. So someone may be in a position of giving spiritual guidance to others, whether designated guru or not. And that's very good. The danger is when one thinks, oh, look at me, I am giving guidance. I am so qualified. So, and remember from the first verse, the prayer is to the Vaisnava Thakura. So he's addressing the Vaisnava, the senior Vaisnava. I want to be your servant. I don't want to be thinking of myself as a guru. Tomar Ucchvasa pada-jala-ren sada nishkapati bhaji. Yeah. Ucchvasa means the remnants of food, leftovers. It's what's been left over from eating. So your leftovers, Tomar Ucchvasa, pada-jala-ren. Pada is feet, jol. In Bengali, jala is jol, is of course water, and renu means dust. So the water and the dust and the water of feet. Which feet? The feet of the Guru. Remnants and foot bath water. Sada, always, nishkapate bhaji, and let me always be free from duplicity. Nishkapata is being duplicitous, being not straightforward. Nije shreshta jani uchishtadi dane hobe abhimāna bhara. Okay. By thinking that I am superior as a guru, shreshta means superior, and giving my remnants to others, nije, Ucchishta adi dane. Dana means bestowing and charity, giving. I will bring about my destruction. Hoibe abhimāna bhara. Okay, he's translating destruction. I don't know. I think bhara, maybe, but I think bhara means burden. There will be the burden of pride, abhimāna. Tai shishyatava. Therefore, let me be your disciple, your shishya. Takiya. Takiya sarvada. Let me always remain. Na loyibo puja kā'r. Kā'r. I don't know what the apostrophe is replacing. But he translates, let me always identify as your disciple and not accept any worship or praise from others. Yeah. Na loyibo. Loyibo will take. So I will not take. Take what? Puja. Kā'r, I guess, is referring to others. And the last verse, amānī manada, hoile kirtane, kā'r dive tumi. Yeah, maybe we should give it a break, that light. I mean, if it's turning off by itself, that means it needs a break, no?
No, it's usually not used like this. It should be okay, but
Okay. Amānī manada hoile kirtane kā'r dive tumi. In this way, I can renounce the desire for honor for myself. Amānī. Okay, so amānī, we know this means being humble. Manada means giving honor to others. Hoile kirtane, when there is kirtan, when there is kirtan, kā'r dive tumi. Give me the qualification. Weeping sincerely at your lotus feet and rolling on the ground, I pray that you will give me the ability to chant nama purely. Tomar charane nishkapate ami kāndiya lutibo bhumi. So, at your feet, tomar charane nishkapate ami, I, being non-duplicitous, kāndiya, crying, lutibo, I will roll, lutibo, bhumi, on the earth. That's literally what it says. It says, ability to chant the name properly. I don't see that in the Bengali, but it's implied. Why not? Okay. Yeah, so it's another appeal for humility to be able to worship, and maybe the special feature of this song is appealing to the guru to please don't let me feel like I'm a guru. Yeah. Okay, today we have a very special harmonium with a nice, sweet, high sound. This is a bona fide Sankirtan, traveling Sankirtan harmonium of Munindra Gana. Now the first verse seems to be in a different meter than the rest of the song, but let's see what happens. Krpa kori Vaisnava Thakura sambandha jāniyā bhajite abhimāna dūra. Krpa kori Vaisnava Thakura sambandha jāniyā bhajite abhimāna dūra. We can try that again. Krpa Koro Vaisnava Thakura sambandha jāniyā bhajite abhimāna dūra. Everyone, Krpa Koro Vaisnava Thakura sambandha jāniyā bhajite abhimāna dūra. Okay, now it's going to go into what in the West we call 3/4 waltz. Amito Vaisnava buddhi hoile amānī na hoibo. That's not a good melody. Let's see. Something. Amito Vaisnava buddhi hoile amānī na hoibo amī. Everyone. Amito Vaisnava buddhi hoile amānī na hoibo amī. Pratishtha asi hridaya dushibe hoibo niraya-gāmī. Pratishtha asi hridaya dushibe hoibo niraya-gāmī. Tomara kinkara apano jānībo guru abhimāna taji. Tomara kinkara apane jānībe guru abhimāna taji. Tomara ucchvasa pada-jala-ren sada nishkapate bhaji. Tomara ucchvasa pada-jala-ren sada nishkapate bhaji. Nije shrestha jāniyā ucchvasa didane hoile abhimāna bhari. Nije shrestha jāniyā ucchvasa didane hoile abhimāna bhara. Tai shishyatava takiya sarvata naloibo puja kā'r. Tai shishyatava takiya sarvata naloibo puja kā'r. Amānī manata hoile kirtane adhikara dive tumi. Amānī manata hoile kirtane adhikara dive taumi tomaracharane nishkapate ami kandiyalutivo bhumi tomaracharane nishkapate ami kandiyalutivo bhumi. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Haribo, 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 doya Haribo, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. Okay. So again, for those who have joined us more recently, welcome. Thank you for coming. My apologies for the several weeks of canceling due to festivals and traveling and more festivals and this last week it was kind of last minute that I didn't have all my wits about me, we would say in English. I was not so healthy. So my apologies for that. Speaking of festivals, we had a very nice festival at Singhachalam. Some of you were present, including my godbrother Gaur Keshava Prabhu, who was leading the. He was the band master. He was leading the show, really. First, doing a kind of reinstallation of Chota Lakshmi Devi, and then presiding over the 40th year Maha Brahmotsava, and he gives some very interesting talks explaining about all things related. Vrindapati, you were there. He was part of the Archana team. Do you want to say anything of your own reflections, observations, experience?
I just had a really nice time. It was really, really nice to see all the family there, to see the Guru Maharaj as well. And the installation, I think towards the end, we chanted so many mantras that I just lost my voice.
Yeah, I noticed.
And then
they were slinging mantras left and right and left and down constantly. Yeah.
It was nice Prana Pratishtha. I think we to reinstall the deity. And I was speaking with some of the pujaris, and they were saying they were really happy that now Lakshmi is not so wobbly.
Yeah.
She was. I think she had come off. The deity had come off the. I mean, the pujaris probably be able to tell you better than I can, but I saw that she was kind of being kept together with like a ball of wax.
Right. Yeah.
So it was really difficult for them to dress and so many things. So
yeah.
So I was really lucky. I thought I would just come and watch this festival, and Gaura Prabhu threw me right in there at the front, and I ended up doing the Prana Pratishtha of the deity of Lakshmi myself. So it was really quite nice. And then to be up close, this is the first time I've been on the altar to see Nrsingadev and witness him up close, and with Lord Prahlad Maharaj, and yeah, it was really, really wonderful. I mean, I'm really grateful to all of the devotees, and especially the Simachalam devotees, because the prasadam was really nice, and the festival was just so nice, and everybody was so sweet. It was really a balm to the heart, after a really long time. We kind of didn't see each other for a long time, haven't been to any major festivals or anything with so much intimacy. And to be with devotees for like a whole week was just really, really nice, you know, and so much discussion about the details of installation of deities. And there was, you know, from morning to evening, I think this is the whole discussion was how to do, what to do, and why we do. And it was really, that is incredible. I mean, I don't really have anything much more to really, I mean, unless there's any specific things that you want me to speak about, but overall, I thought it was a fantastic festival, really nice.
Yes. Well, one detail, which maybe you know, or maybe you can ask Gaura Keshava sometime, he had he chanted one nice pranam mantra, as a simple anushtup mantra for the Guru Parampara.
Yeah.
Do you know that mantra?
Radha Krishna Samarambham, Srila Prabhupada Madhyamam, and then something Samarambham Vande Guru Paramparam. Is it that one?
Yes, that one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I think that's a kind of a rework on one of the mantras that I've recited in the Chaitanya, Sri Vaisnava Sampradaya, which is something to do with, it's a Ramanuja Madhyamam, so it goes via Ramanujacharya or something like that, Vande Guru Parampara, so it honors the whole one. So he's kind of used the Sanskrit to appropriate it to our movement. So maybe I can ask him to, he can either, you know, send me the recording or write it for me. I can
I think just write a written form would be fine.
Yeah, okay, I'll find out.
Maybe we could all learn it.
Yeah, it's a nice month. It was really nice. I should have noted it while I was there, but he's actually currently, I think, still in Europe.
Oh.
He's not back in Hawaii just yet. But he will be in a couple of, I think he's going to be by the end of October, he'll be back. And then he will resume our Sanskrit classes that we were doing. So when I see him, then I will ask him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, speaking of Gaura Keshava, seeing him again after not 40 years, I've seen him more recently, but it was, for me, it's a real flash from the past, seeing him. He was just like he was 40 years ago. Except that he had a beard.
Yeah, we've seen him with a beard. We're lucky we have his association regularly because my friend Rupa Goswami, who was maybe some devotees saw that when they built a yagya kund outside next to the Garuda Stamba, and they intentionally made it in a lotus shape because it was the installation of Sadevi for Sri Devi, for Lakshmi. So they made this lotus shape kunda, and Gaura Keshava was like, what is this birthday cake for? It looked like a birthday cake. And everybody was really laughing, and he kind of slightly hated it. But we still used it. We all had a laugh. We thought it was, you know, I mean, the devotees, then I think that
it was a bit over the top, in other words.
It was, we weren't expecting such a big kund also, but it was huge. The deity was like really small.
Yeah, it's a little tiny.
Really, like, you know. And so Rupa Goswami was, he, you know, Gaura Keshava he was the kind of the deshika, as they say, directing the whole the program. And he asked Rupa Goswami, a friend of mine, whom I think you've met, Guru Maharaj, actually before.
Yeah.
And he was doing the homa itself, and they tied, they put a kusha grass rope around his body, and then around the kund, and then around the kalasha, and around the new deity of Lakshmi, to tie them together so that the mantras of the yagya would go into the deity also, and the kalasham.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he was you know, very much involved in the homa side of things. And then he asked me to be involved more with the prana pratishtha side of things. So when we went to the back, we took the deity to the back of the into the Shalagram Shila room at the back of the Jari room. So then we transferred all the energy from the Galasha that we had collected through inviting from the chest of the Lord and the old deity into the Kalasha. So we invited Lakshmi to come and reside in the Kumbha, in the Kalasha. And then we worshipped the Kumbha and Kalasha outside with the Homa and everything. And then we had to go back in and then invite all the energies that we collected in the Kalasha back into the new deity. So it was, and we're really lucky to have his, association on a weekly basis. So Rupa Goswami had introduced me to Gorakeshwara Prabhu, and he said, since you know how to do some pujas and things, you've got a history of, learning with Brahmins in South India and so on and so forth, you should meet with Gorakeshwara Prabhu. So about 2 years ago, roughly around about the same time when we started, and I started coming to these sanghas, I started to have a lot more association of Gorakeshwara Prabhu too. So it's really nice to add to my learning with his with some of his guidance. So yeah, he's very knowledgeable in this field, really.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Yeah, so we all felt the days after that that Lakshmi Devi is definitely there now. And she seems happy. Good, okay. And any one of you here who have never been to Singhachalam in Germany, you're encouraged to come visit there sometime. Yeah, the doors are open. Okay, let's see what else. Today is the anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's arrival in America. Ta-da! So that's a day not just of celebration for American devotees. It's a celebration for all of us because this is really the beginning of his mission. Although he had started, Prabhupada was preaching all the time. As a householder, he was preaching. There's one book, I forget the name, it's a collection of interviews of people who knew Srila Prabhupada before he went to the West. Several Swamis and Goswamis, and I think even some relatives. What's the name of that book? Something that you're not your ever well-wisher, but something about a friend. Anyway, very nice book. And many of those people remembering him are remembering that he was always preaching. But you could say he kind of started his mission with his attempt to make a center in Jhansi. Jhansi is a sort of, I don't know, not of so big, it's not a famous town by any means. Somewhere south of Vrindavan, south of Vrindavan, Mathura, I guess. But it didn't work out, you could say for technical reasons. And that's when Prabhupada decided, okay, I should head to the Wild West, and so he did. And I think it's also interesting that he decided to go to America instead of going to England, to United Kingdom, Great Britain, London. His godbrother, Bhakti Hridai Maharaj, or Bon Maharaj, as they say in Bengali, had gone to London. He also went to Berlin in the 1930s, and he met some sort of upper class people and gave some talks, and he made some positive impressions, apparently. This was 1930, 32, 34. And then he went back to India. But he had, I think he made a disciple in London. And that disciple, a lady, established a little preaching center. And that center, I believe, is still there. It's still going on as a place of Bon Maharaj's followers. So Prabhupada was not the first Vaisnava to come to the West. And before that, there was, what was his name? I want to say Premananda. No. In the very early 20th century, Baba Premanand, maybe? There was one Vaishnava who went to America. He went to Los Angeles and started a little center there. He had a few followers, and then he went back, went back to India. But the point is, Prabhupada started really his mission when he came to America. But I think it's also to remember that his mission didn't immediately ignite. It didn't immediately take off when he came to America. In fact, he arrived, when was it? September. He left Calcutta in September, and then it was three weeks later, I guess. He arrived in first Boston, then New York, and it wasn't really until the summer of 1966. So I think we could say it was a good 8 months before anything really started. So there he was, basically alone, and he really was, during those months, sometimes wondering, maybe I should just go back. And he was inquiring about getting from the same shipping company to get a passage back to India and so on. It was not encouraging in the beginning. But that beginning was, I guess we can say Krishna saw this beginning, and he said, we need to now let it happen. And so these young people started coming, and these were not the sort of people that any of Srila Prabhupada's godbrothers would have dreamed of engaging in devotional service, or what to speak of accepting as disciples. The hippies of the Lower East Side of Manhattan, with their long hair and beards and their drugs and everything else. And then San Francisco, it was the same scene as the New York Lower East Side, but more so. It was even more intensely counterculture, hippie counterculture. And well, in New York, when Satsvarup Das Goswami, later Satsvarup, what was his name? Steve something. When he came and he mentioned to Prabhupada that he had a job, he had a regular job. That was, whoa, somebody with a job, somebody who works. He was a social worker, a case worker, I think they're called. And that was really something because nobody else had a job. And then in San Francisco, it was the same thing. And then there was Jayananda, and Jayananda had a job. Not exactly a prestigious job, but it was a job. He was driving a taxi. He was a bit older. He was maybe 30 years old. That was really old back then. Yeah, most of the devotees joining were, some were still in their teens, and otherwise early 20s was the general demographic. So I think it's a nice thing to remember. That's a momentous day for us. Prabhupada didn't have to come. He could have stayed in Vrindavan. Could have said, well, yes, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, Prabhupada instructed me to preach in English, so I will write my books in English and I will send them somewhere and somebody can distribute them. And he might have distributed 100 copies or maybe 200 copies, or maybe only 50 copies. And that would have been it, and we would never know. But no, he came all the way at his advanced age and not in good health. In fact, dangerously not good health. He reported having heart attacks on the way. So it's quite something. He gave himself in this way. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Good. Anyone? Oh, what is this? We're getting some sounds from Madhyana Lila, I think. From her. Oh, I know. She has a new job. Madhyana Lila, are you there? She's a security person now. She doesn't hear us. Anyone have something to show and to tell, or to show or to tell, or some news? Anything you want to share? Feel free. Don't be shy.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Himangi Gopi, yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So I'm very, very happy to be with you again after a while.
You've been in Italy.
Yes, 2 times. On Vardashtami and then next week again.
Yes, with Radhanath Swami.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to share 2 things. First one is that also last Saturday it was Dear Lalita's birthday. And it's really our dear Lalita, so I hope that we will be together on Sanga and wish her all the best. And it was not, so maybe we can do it now. I'm just suggestion.
Yes.
After that, something else.
We need a speech from Dear Lalita.
Hare Krishna, Dear Maharaj and Amānī Gopi and everyone. I don't really know what to say. I just say thank you very much. I'm 61.
So young.
And I could say that I feel the age. And I'm just begging for blessings from all of the Vaishnavas to stay sane and and grasp more of the mercy that we are getting from all the Vaishnavas, especially from Guru Maharaj, that he is actually pouring literally knowledge into our hearts from Shastra, and is praying for ability to actually soak it all in and hang on his lotus feet, and then hopefully one day on Krishna's lotus feet. Thank you so much.
Here's a project for you. You can write a poem with 61 words of wisdom and share it with us next time. How's that? A 61 word wisdom poem.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, I accept this challenge. Okay. I don't know how wise it's going to be, but I'll try my best.
All right, good. Yes, thank you. Happy birthday last week to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Himandi.
Can I just share one more thing?
Yes.
Really, like, because it's also today very auspicious day. Last Saturday I was in Prabhupada, so I really prayed and send my good wishes to Kurnitai and like Prabhupada for their latest birthday. And now it's day when Prabhupada came to America. And yesterday I was in Austria. I was at the International Academic Conference, Anthropological. It's on visual identities, different panels, so many panels at the same time, different topics. I was at the department section for religions and religious studies. So I presented on visual identity of minority religious community, case study of Hare Krishna in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And it was really wonderful because that was not actually what I'm researching, but somehow I was encouraged to do so. I got a lot of blessings. So I presented all the things that our community are doing, and like this, how this visual identity is created and interaction with other communities, and how stereotype and prejudice are also creating due to ignorance and also lacking of communication, doctrinal and dogmatic limitations or prism. So it was really wonderful. I presented Sankirtan, I presented prasadam distribution, food for life, deity worship, all these activities, and people were very interested, and they asked me a lot of nice questions. So I'm just thinking, how would be wonderful to create an archive wherever we have community with our activities, because it will be helpful to present it in the public, so to somehow split this prejudice and show the things as they are. Very nice, interesting question I received. Like, they ask me whether there is differences between rural and urban area, how they perceived or visualize the community. So what in educational system can offer also to become more inclusive toward minority communities. Then also one professor from Bulgaria, she asked me, she said, I'm also seeing Hare Krishna in Bulgaria, but they are always dancing on the street, but I never seen them distributing food. So how that works? So I will explain how, especially in Bosnia, we're engaged with many international organizations, and they distribute a ton of prasadam to the people in the war and afterwards. So that was like synonym for Hare Krishna in Bosnia. Hare Krishnas are cookies, sweet food, and something. So I also presented this Harinam and dancing. I also had a nice photos where people are surrounding and clapping and taking photos, and it was really wonderful experience. I'm just thinking that yes, that's a really wonderful service to do, and I'm also praying for blessings and encouragement to continue with this service because it's really needed and wonderful. One professor, she said, I was in Sarajevo but never knew about this community. She's also researching. She said that's really good to know, so I can also reach out or something. So it was really nice.
Nice, very good. Thank you. Yes, this is putting awareness of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, of ISKCON more into the view of scholars, the academic world, and from there it can trickle down in different ways. It's not a dramatic sort of thing. But it's an important means of getting the message out. Yeah, thank you. That's nice.
Thank you.
Ananda Lila, I see you have given us the title of the book I couldn't remember. A Friend to All, Our Srila Prabhupada, A Friend to All. And this was put together, I guess she did the interviews by Mula Prakriti Devidasi. I'm not sure if she's still with us. In my mind she is, but I don't know. In any case, that's really a nice book to get sort of different or a richer sense of Srila Prabhupada as perceived by people who were interacting with him before he went to America. And if you're there, Nanda Lila, would you like to say something about the opening of the project there? I think you had it on Janmashtami. Are you there?
Jai Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna.
Ah, there you are. Hare Krishna.
The opening was great. Now I'm here in the Vedas. Sorry. And I think almost 800 people came to see the opening.
800?
Yes, Guru Maharaj, all day.
Wow.
All day. But yeah, was such amazing. We had a prasada distribution, and I don't have words to express our gratitude to you and Srila Prabhupada. Was such an amazing day, Guru Maharaj. See people eating prasada. We have a yoga class, and was really, really amazing, Guru Maharaj. Gaurachandra is not here. He is in São Paulo working. But I think next Sunday we can make a tour in the building and show every place.
Okay, next Saturday.
Okay, and we are waiting for you here. Yes, Guru Maharaj.
I am thinking of how to go, when to go.
Yes, we are waiting for you. And I said to Gaurachandra, the Vedas is really Krishna Lila. Sometimes the mood is Vrindavana Lila. We can really feel the connection with Krishna. And sometimes it's Kshetra Lila, dealing with demons. But yes, it's the material world. So we are very happy, Guru Maharaj. We are making, how to say it in English, relationships, I don't know if it's the word, with the two universities we have. Yes. So now the students can come here for learning about arts and culture and yoga. So yes, we are very happy.
Wonderful. So it's all happening as you have been planning for how many years now? Now it's actually happening.
Actually, in Gaurachandra Minds, the project has more than 20 years. And yes, I said to him, is pregnancy like Shukadeva Goswami. He was waiting for this baby. But when we got, I don't know how to say, the land was in 2015. Yes, 7 years ago. And the construction started and 2019.
19, yeah.
So we have the pandemic between. We had to stop for a few months, but yes, it's working. So every day we have a lunch here. So many neighbors and the students are coming, and we are focus and make the friendship with the people. So it's nice. It's a new standard, because when we say we are Hare Krishna, they got surprised. They said, "Oh, it's a different way to see the." I thought, "Oh, Hare Krishna wears saffron robes," and so it's nice. It's a new standard for many people.
Yeah, very good. Nice. Well, congratulations for finally
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Finally giving birth.
Yeah. So we hope you will accept the offering. We are really happy to waiting for next year your presence here, and we are trying to make a connection with the two universities, so you can give classes. Yes, I think it will be very amazing, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Okay,
thank you.
Good.
Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Nritya Kishori.
Yes, before I make an announcement, I would say regarding Mula Prakriti, as you said, is she still with us?
She is.
No, she left her body in Vrindavan.
Oh, okay.
Already, some years ago. And I would like to make an announcement. Devotees who are on WhatsApp group and on mailing list, they already know that are invited after Sanga to stay for a brainstorming meeting regarding project of Chaitanya tree.
Oh, okay.
Kaveri and myself, we are communicating. She's organizing. She's actually, today she is traveling, so she couldn't come for the Sangha, but she said, let us have this meeting. And
who is traveling?
Kaveri.
Oh, Kaveri.
She's on, oh yeah, Kaveri. Kaveri, she's on Vyasa Puja of His Holiness Sanatana Maharaj.
Right.
So she won't be able to attend the meeting, but she said, let us have it anyway to see what are devotees' ideas. Have they, we encourage devotees, I mean, Kaveri, she wrote a message if devotees can see in their own yatras and from other devotees was some research already done on this topic. I got the materials from Ananda Vrindavan from Bosnia. She had she was using a book Parishats written by somebody from Gaudiya Math, and she has like 2 pages of Word document, around 1,000 words, where she was taking names of devotees from Chaitanya Charitamrita and writing next to it like who are family members, who is guru, and some basic information. So devotees are invited to stay. They just we are not moving to some other Zoom. Like when the meeting finishes at 3 o'clock Western European time, they just need to stay, not press leave, and
right. Okay. Good. All right. Maybe if we remember, we can give a reminder just before. All right. Good. Good. Thank you. Anyone else? Any news? Any views? Oh yes, Mangala Chandrika.
Hare Krishna, Kurmaj. Hare Krishna, everybody. I hope it will be peaceful enough. Saturdays are full of children in our house. It's always full of children. So I hope we can. I just was empowered by my husband, Rupa Sanatan, to introduce this new journal that just came out. Oh, you cannot see it. I'm so sorry. It's ISKCON Communications Journal. And I think you are also on the advisory board, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
So this is a journal that's been, it's the 2nd year now, but I think for many years it was on hold. So this is the 13th volume. And it's basically a compilation of very nice articles by scholarly Vaisnavas, by Urmila Devi and Gopinath Acharya, Hridayananda Goswami, Garuda Prabhu, and so on. And Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, and also David College. You want to say something, Rupa? No. Okay. So, and there's also some book reviews, and the book, Cow Book by Guru Maharaj is there, the review of Yadunandana Swami.
Yeah.
So, just that you know, it's hot from the press. It's 1,000 copies have been printed, and
it's hot off the press.
1 copy is waiting for you in Radhadesh.
Yes.
And, yes. And if somebody would like to order, it's possible to order them through a BLS. I can send a link in the chat a little later.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a nice initiative, or we can say renewed initiative. ISKCON Communications Journal was going on for, 10, 15 years? And then it sort of fizzled out for 10 or 15 years. And now it got revived. Prabhu has revived it to have just 1 issue per year. But 1 issue with really very first-class articles. Do you want to read titles of some articles? That may be helpful.
Yeah. So we have Urmila Mataji. She writes about the application of hermeneutics in ISKCON. And Garuda Prabhu, for example, writes about when the master speaks, ways of understanding Srila Prabhupada's challenging teachings and form of discourse. One that I'm trying to crunch through is by Gopinath Acharya Prabhu, The Perfection of All Beauty and Joy, Gaudiya Vedantic Theology of Devotional Love, where he speaks about the paradigm of bhakti being inherent or given.
Inherited.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he sort of jumps into that controversy, and basically he says there's no need for controversy. It's both and. It's not one. It's not either or. Yeah.
Chintya Beda Tattva being properly applied.
Yeah. But he does in a very careful, learned way. It's very well done. Yeah. The previous issue, number 12, had included my little article about history of cow protection in ISKCON. So yeah, BLS and Bhaktivinoda Library Services. You can get copies. Good, thank you for the announcement. Oh, I wanted to ask, rumor has it, I just heard today that COVID is back in Radhadesh.
Well, I heard it through you, so it's not that big bang. I didn't really kind of spread it. I just heard from my husband that one lady devotee is isolated, but it's not a big thing yet. So we will keep you up. We will keep you posted.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Good. Dira Lalita.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. I will have to do that for Madhyana Leela. I would just like to announce actually something that Hemangi Gopi got her Brahmin initiation on the Radhastami day in Italy.
Hi. Congratulations, Hemangi Gopi.
And also,
Dira Lalita, thank you, Maharaj.
We'll sign you up for deity worship at in Ljubljana and also in Singhachalam. How's that?
Okay. We'll see. I will try whatever it's needed. Yeah. I would like to beg your blessings to really develop this Brahminical qualities so that I can really be of the service to Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees, all the Vaishnavas and people in common.
Yes, good.
And one more thing is that Mangala Chandrika's birthday is coming in 3 days, on 20th of September.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because I mean, she's just sort of in the middle, in the middle of two sanghas. Well, I just want to announce it and wish her happy birthday. And if anyone else would like to wish her a happy birthday, I know she's very shy, but
I think she's not with us just now because she had to go to the airport.
Oh no, Mangala Chandrika I'm talking about.
Oh, Mangala Chandrika. Oh.
Oh, I think Audarya's was on 3rd of September.
Yeah, it was a few days. So I don't know, should we celebrate today or next week? Or both?
Mangala Chandrika, what do you think?
You have to decide. Hare Krishna. Anyway. Happy birthday, Mangala Chandrika, in advance. Yeah, okay. Oh, Vrindapati.
Guru Maharaj, I've just had a message from Keshavacharya.
Uh-huh.
He sent me, I put it in the WhatsApp image of the mantras that you've just requested in the chat.
Uh-huh.
So, Radha Krishna Samarambham, Krishna Chaitanya Madhyamam, Bhaktivedanta Pariyantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. So that's the two, he sent me two images. I don't know what the difference is. I think it's just a translation is different.
Oh.
But the original is Lakshmi Natha Samarambham, Natha Yamuna Madhyamam, Asmat Acharya Parayantam, Vande Guru Paramparam, which is actually a pranama mantra that was made by Kuresha, who is a disciple of Ramanujacharya, for Ramanujacharya. And several people in South India have based their pranama mantras for their sampradayas based on this format. So they've even Shaivites have even used it to make their format out of it.
Okay, well, our thanks to Keshava-chari, as he is known for sending this. Now, if I were going to be a little bit snarky, I would say, oh, this is missing some hyphens. There should be a hyphen between Krishna and Chaitanya and Madhyamam.
Yeah, sure.
And there should be a hyphen between Bhaktivedanta and Paryantam, I suppose. But that's okay. But it's nice. Radha Krishna Samarambham. Krishna Chaitanya Madhyamam. Bhaktivedanta Paryantam. Oh, yeah, I think it would be with a hyphen. Vande Guru Param, and then it would be a hyphen between Guru and Paramparam. But okay. Cool. Now we have it. Thank you. Okay, shall we take a few minutes with Chaitanya Charitamrita? Why not? Huh? Let's see now. Where is it? Here it is. Oops, that's not it. Oh, yeah. Okay, before I get started, I need 1.5 minutes to disappear, during which time you can all catch up with each other. I'll be right back. Huh?
Should I make a fire of the coal?
I'm quite okay, but if you want an excuse to make a fire.
No. I just thought it's really chilly.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Haribo Sita.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you all here.
Hi Krishna. And you reach all fine was your trip?
Yeah.
Good.
Was it just me, or did anybody else get really sick after coming back from Simachalam?
The same for 5 days.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else was.
I was really sick when I was there. When I came back, I'm sort of got back to work, so I had to recover fast. But I'm still recovering in some.
Still recovering, yeah.
But it was a beautiful festival still.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm even looking back on the photos now. It was really nice program.
And it was really nice to meet so many of you there. Face to face, not screen to screen.
Yeah, it was really nice. I actually really liked the photo that we all took together on the lawn outside with Guru Maharaj. It was really nice. I saw that. Yeah, it was really good. It would have been nice if we had absolutely all the disciples there. That would have been really good fun.
We have to Photoshop the rest in.
That's an idea. Okay. All right. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, here we come. Here we go. Share. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktivinoda. We are reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 10, verse 15. We're charging ahead. Bodhashaka Godadhar Pandita Gosai Teho Lakki Rupataro Shamake Hanai. Translation. Gadadhar Pandit, the fourth branch, is described as an incarnation of the pleasure potency of Sri Krishna. No one, therefore, can equal him. Tara sam kehonai. Sama means equal. And Lakshmi Rupa, that's interesting. Okay, let's see what Prabhupada says. In the Gauraganodesha Dipika, it is stated, and he quotes, Sri Krishna's pleasure potency, formerly known as Vrindavaneshwari, is now personified in the form of Sri Gadadhar Pandit in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Sharup Damodar Goswami has pointed out that in the shape of Lakshmi, the pleasure potency of Krishna, she was formerly very dear to the Lord as Shyamasundar Vallabha. The same Shyamasundar Vallabha is now present in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes as Gadadhar Pandit. Formerly as Lalita Sakhi, she was always devoted to Srimati Radharani. Thus, Gadadhar Pandit is simultaneously an incarnation of Srimati Radharani and Lalita Sakhi, unquote. In the 12th chapter of this part of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a description of the descendants or disciplic succession of Gadadhar Pandit. So that will be coming up 2 chapters later. Well, now someone might ask, how does that work? How does one person embody 2 persons? And my answer is, I don't know. It is mysterious. It seems that many things are possible in spiritual bodies that are not conceivable to us with our, what might be called atomistic understanding of identity. It's, in any case, to me interesting that the expression Lakshmi Rupa is used because it's saying Lakshmi, it's not saying Radha. You know, why not Radha Rupa? No, it's Lakshmi Rupa. And I believe one way of understanding this is because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is himself, we understand his purpose in appearing, his internal purpose is to experience Srimati Radharani's love for Krishna, and therefore he is himself Radharani, he is in the mood of Radha. So what does this mean? There's 2 Radhas? Well, not exactly, because Gadadhar is, as I've read, not so much in the mood of Radha as being in the mood of Rukmini. in Dvaraka. She is having a much more submissive mood than Radharani has. Radharani can be quite, I don't know what the word would be, but she can be very assertive, and she can be very, I don't know if contrary is the right word, but she is what's called a left wing Saki, as I remember. And another point is, where is it from? Gopal Tapani Upanishad, maybe. It's quoted in, I think, chapter 4, Adi Lila. Devi Krishnamayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Sarva Kanti Sanmohini Para. Sarva Lakshmi Mayi. This is describing Shrimati Radharani. She is Mayi, has the sense of being full of, or being constituted of, consisting of. So all of the Lakshmis are present in Radha. All of the expansions. In other words, just like Krishna is the origin of all expansions of the Lord, beginning with Narayan. Or we maybe want to say beginning with Balaram, and then the Chaturvyuha, and so on. So Radha is understood to be the mula, the origin of all expansions of Lakshmi. Anyway, it's interesting that Lakshmi Rupa, Gadadhar is referred to here. I might just a little bit mention about Bengali pronunciation. You see this Pandita Gosai. This is a kind of nasal N. It's the N. There's three or four different N sounds in Sanskrit, depending on what is the Varga. And you can see this in chart in the back of Prabhupada's books, and you'll see it also for Bengali in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And so it depends on what other letters are in that Varga, in this case, or what would immediately follow it. So the usual immediate following letter to this would be the ja sound, Sanjaya, as I remember. But when it's like this, and when it's Bengali, as I understand, it's hardly even pronounced. It's more like you could drop the N and you just have Gosai. So it's a very, very, you can say it's a very, very soft N. Pandit Gosai. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also in the second line, there's Tanra. But as I understand, it's pronounced more like Tara. It's sort of also the N kind of sort of partially disappears. And maybe going back up while we're on this subject, Bora Shaka, the very first word, the retroflex da, Barda. It's with the tongue on the top of the roof of the mouth, and it's very close to an R sound. Boro. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So Gadadhar is quite a mysterious person. I find it intriguing that Lord Chaitanya and Gadadhar Pandit were growing up together. They were about the same age, almost the same age, exactly. And it's said that they would have learned arguments with each other about grammar, Sanskrit grammar and logic. And Lord Chaitanya would always defeat Gadadhar Pandit. This was their rasa in that time. Let's continue. Tara shishya upashishya tara upashaka morto shabashaka upashakar leka. His disciples and grand disciples are his sub-branches. To describe them all would be difficult. Yeah, something that we maybe are less aware of most of the time is there were so many devotees. There's Lord Chaitanya. We think of the Panchatattva, Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, Srivas Thakur. We're less conscious of the fact that each of these five had their followers and their disciples and their whole communities. And they were in different locations, geographically. They were in different parts of Bengal. And it's considered to be Krishnadas Kaviraj's genius to kind of systematize the concept of Panchatattva, and in this way explicitly bring all of these different communities of Vaishnavas together. Although, was it Swarup Damodar? In any case, Kavi Karnapura first, maybe it's Kavi Karnapura, who first mentions the Panchatattva idea. And maybe it should also be mentioned, the idea of Panchatattva is not unique to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. In Odeon Vaishnavism, they also have their Panchatattva. And I won't be able to name them, but Lord Chaitanya and 4 other associates. And besides that, Panchatattva is a term that is rather common, as I understand, in the more Vama Marg Tantrika traditions. That's probably something Vrindapati could tell us about. I don't know.
The Panchatattvas of the Vamarg?
Well, of tantric traditions, I don't know. Yeah.
So, I mean, if we just look at Tantra, I mean, that could mean Agama, which could mean Sattvika Tantras also.
Right.
And in the yogic traditions, they also have systems of Tantra, or well, Tantra means system anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
But Panchatattva, in the 5 tattvas of the material body, we know, earth, water, wind, fire, ether. So 5 items are offered to the deity to represent these 5. But in Vamarg, if you're asking specifically, they have Panchamakaras, or 5 elements.
Right, the Panchamakara, yeah.
Which is meat, masa, madura, alcohol, mina or matsya is fish, maithuna or sambhoga, which is sex, and then they have mudra, which is mantra and mudra, which will come together. So they have 5 makaras. These are the 5 elements that they offer in the mode of ignorance, in the worship of their deities.
Offering alcohol to God, right? And
obviously to Devi, yeah.
To Devi, yeah, goddess. Yes. Well, we won't get into that.
Well, you asked, so you
today.
said.
No, yes.
Yeah. So.
But just for devotees to be aware, this idea of Pancha Tattva is not unique to the Gaudiya tradition. Okay, then Vakreshvara Pandit Prabhu Bhara Priya Bhrutya Akkabhave Chobish Prahara Jāniyā. Vakreshvara Pandit, the fifth branch of the tree, was a very dear servant of Lord Chaitanya's. He could dance with constant ecstasy for 72 hours. And Prabhupada explains in the Gauragana Desha Dipika, it is stated that Vakreshvara Pandit was an incarnation of Aniruddha, one of the quadruple expansions of Vishnu, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna. He could dance wonderfully for 72 continuous hours. That's a long time. Non-stop.
3 days.
Huh?
3 days.
That's 3 days and nights. That's a long time. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu played in dramatic performances in the house of Shiva's Pandit, Vakreshvara Pandit was one of the chief dancers, and he danced continuously for that length of time. Sri Govinda Das, an Oriya devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has described the life of Vakreshvara Pandit in his book, Gora Krishnodaya. There are many disciples of Vakreshvara Pandit in Orissa, which is now officially called Odisha, and they are known as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, although they are Oriyas. Among these disciples are Sri Gopal Guru and his disciple, Sri Dhyanachandra Goswami. I might just mention that Gopal Guru Goswami and Dhyanachandra Goswami, I believe both of them, at least Dhyanachandra, has written an archana paddhati, a procedure for worshipping the Lord in raga nuga, in rather than as vidhi, it is in the mood of raga. And Prabhupada would often, if not always, refer to raga nuga as spontaneous devotional service, which is not inappropriate, but when you look at this Dhyanachandra Goswami's book, you wonder what is so spontaneous about it, because it seems to be quite structured, just like our Vaidhi Bhakti, Archana Paddhati, and so on. Anyway, that's just coming to my mind. Okay, Vakreshvara Pandit, in this chapter, I think we're mainly just getting short reference, and the whole idea, of course, we're getting this expanded analogy, extended analogy of the tree with so many branches, and Krishnadas wants to highlight that they're all connected. It's one tree, and it's a living tree with wonderful fruits. Apane Mahaprabhu Gai Jaro Nritya Thale Prabhur Charana Dhari Vakreshvara Bole. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally sang while Vakreshvara Pandit danced, and thus Vakreshvara Pandit fell at the lotus feet of the Lord and spoke as follows. Let's see what he said. But before that, Apane, personally. So Mahaprabhu himself was singing. That's interesting. We don't usually hear of Mahaprabhu singing. We hear of him dancing, but we don't hear of him singing. But when Vakreshvara Pandit dances, Mahaprabhu sings. If anyone finds an audio recording of Mahaprabhu singing, please let us know. Maybe someone has made an audio recording back then. It would be nice, yeah. Nritya kale. So kala means time, and kale is in or at the time, and at which time? Nritya, at the time of dancing. Which reminds me, there's the song, the verse in the Gurvashtakam. Mahaprabho kirtana nritya gita varitra madhyan manasarasena. We often sing, and Prabhupada sings, as Nitya Gita instead of Nritya Gita, but technically it's Nritya. Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Varitra. He is dancing, singing, and playing instruments. Varitra is sounding of instruments. So Nritya is dancing. And then Prabhu Charana Dhari, that would be with the apostrophe Dariya. So having embraced Dariya, or having held on to the feet of Prabhu, and Mahaprabhu is often referred to as Prabhu in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sometimes I've had experience, somehow it's become custom in our society that sannyasis are addressed as Maharaja, great king. And sometimes devotees may address the sannyasi, "Oh, Prabhu," and then they'll apologize, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I meant to say Maharaj," like it's a terrible offense. It's not a terrible offense. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also referred to as Prabhu. It is actually an honorific to be called Prabhu. Okay, Vakreshvara Pandit is going to say something to Lord Chaitanya. What does he say? Dasha sahasra gandharva more deha chandramukha taragai mui nachon tobe mor shukko. Oh Chandramukha, please give me 10,000 Gandharvas. Let them sing as I dance, and then I will be greatly happy. And Prabhupada explains the Gandharvas, who are residents of Gandharva Loka, are celebrated as celestial singers. Whenever singing is needed in the celestial planets, the Gandharvas are invited to sing. The Gandharvas can sing continuously for days. And therefore, Vakreshvara Pandit wanted to dance as they sang. I was hoping he would explain, O Chandramukha. Is he addressing? Who is he addressing? O moon-faced one. Oh, he's addressing Lord Chaitanya. Okay. Because that's what it said in the previous. He's holding on to the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and saying, "O Lord, whose face is like the moon, give me Gandharvas, let them sing non-stop, I will dance with them. I'm fired up. I want to dance." Somehow every time I hear the name Vakreshvara Pandit, I'm reminded of a devotee, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Vakreshvara Pandit, Das in New York. Back in the early 80s, as I remember. They still had the temple at 55th Street in New York. This was one of the, you could say, grand mistakes of ISKCON to sell this building. Who knows what the reasoning was at the time. They had this amazing building that was around 12 stories high. I mean, a really substantial sized building. On 55th Street, I mean, the location of it in Manhattan, you could really hardly ask for better. I guess they had financial troubles, I don't know, but they sold it. And they've regretted ever since. But at the time, I visited a couple of times, they used to have kirtans that would just, they were, I don't know how many mridangas they were breaking every week. They were pounding. These were big, I mean, really, we say in English, strapping. Some of them were really big devotees, physically big and very strong. Some of them African American. I think Vakreshwara Pandit was African American, black American, and they would just pound out these kirtans. This was their entertainment. This was the thing, you know. Get together and just have these powerful kirtans. Okay, then Prabhu bole tumi mor pakka ekka shaka akashe uditam jodipan aropakka. Lord Chaitanya replied, I have only one wing like you, but if I had another, certainly I would fly in the sky. So he's comparing Vakreshwara Pandit to a wing. Paksha is a bird. No, it's a wing. Yeah. Paki, a pakshi is a bird. One who has wings is a pakshi, I guess. Pakka. Akashe uditam, I could fly jodi if pan ar paka, if I could get another wing. In other words, if I had two of you, Vakreshwara Pandit, dancing as you dance, you're dancing so wonderfully. If I had a second one like you, I would just be, I would be gone. This would be overwhelming. So like this, Krishnadas he's listing, but he's also giving little interlude descriptions of these devotees. So they're like snapshots we're getting. And sometimes we wish we had more than just a snapshot. Now we're so fortunate. We have so many recordings of devotees. We have, so many recordings of Srila Prabhupada. I wonder sometimes some devotees are critical of the BBT for editing Prabhupada's books. I'm involved in that. As if there's some sort of danger that we're going to completely cover over and ultimately, make completely obscure Srila Prabhupada's words. I mean, how can there be such an anxiety? We have his recordings of someone I heard say some 2,000 more than 2,000 recordings of his lectures and conversations and so on. So we know what he says, and we have the we have the books, more than 53 books so far of devotees' personal memories of Prabhupada. And we have his books in their earlier forms, the less edited or the over-edited forms. It's not that those are disappearing. They're available. One can see what was written in the 1972 edition, for example. It's available. You can get it. So my point is, it would be great if we had some such kind of material available for these earlier devotees. But we can be thankful also. We have Krishnadas Kaviraj, and we have some other sources for these devotees. So let us be grateful for what we have. Shall we? What do you think? Yes? No? Maybe? Yes. Okay, we've come to the end of our time for today. And as I said, I'll be here this weekend in Munich. And then I'm heading toward Radhadesh. Let's see. Hopefully. Yeah, Radhadesh, then Zurich, then Poland and India. All right, everyone, all the best. Keep well, keep sane, and chant and be happy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaisnava Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari. Oh, wait, there's an announcement, a reminder. Some of you may want to stay online for discussing this Chaitanya tree project. Right? Nritya Kishore, you're there? Yes. Okay. Hare Krishna. Haribo.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.